Hello, my dears, my dear Pisces. Welcome, welcome. So glad you're here for our deep dive.
Yes, welcome back. And we are jumping right into the weekly interpretation for Pisces and, of course, Ascendant Pisces for December 22nd to the 28th, 2025.
And my sweeties, please remember to follow your rising sign. It's like so important.
It really is. So, our mission today really is to see how this huge surge of Capricorn energy this week, which is Christmas week,
Yeah.
how that affects your network, your goals.
And your emotional boundaries, right?
Right.
Especially with everything that's been going on in your sign for like ages.
Exactly. We have to look at the long-term energies first to even understand the week ahead.
Okay, let's do it. Let's unpack that heavy energy. Before we get into all the, holiday cheer, we have to talk about the background vibe you've been living in.
Precisely.
Ah.
You have to acknowledge Saturn and Neptune, both sitting right there in Pisces. This isn't just a weekly thing. This is a long-term background effect.
And it has been going on for a couple of years now.
For a couple years, yeah. And honestly, it's often been quite draining. It can really affect your vitality, your energy levels.
It's been asking you to completely rethink who you are from the ground up.
It has. But the most critical takeaway here, the real point of it all, is that you are not the same person you were 2 years ago. Not even close.
So that old skin is gone. Shed.
Completely. And now, even with that draining background, there's this new energy arriving.
I love that. So we're transformed. How do we use this new self to, approach this massive wave of energy that's coming in this week?
Well, we pivot. We pivot hard to your 11th house because that is where all the action is.
The 11th house. So that's long-term plans, networks, friends, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Long-term planning, connections, your network, and, your higher purpose. And this week, it's absolutely stacked with Capricorn energy.
And it's not just one planet, it's a whole party. A very ambitious professional party.
A whole committee meeting. I mean, and the sun just moved into Capricorn on the 21st.
Kicking off the season.
Right. And Mars is already there, providing all this thrust and determination.
Okay, and then Venus joins them.
Venus joins the party midweek on Wednesday the 24th. So this cluster is tight and it's focused really through the first half of January. This is the starting gun for 2026.
Wow, that sounds intense, especially for a sign that often needs its alone time. So what does Mars's thrust even look like in the 11th house? Is it like competitive socializing?
Huh. It could be, but because it's in practical Capricorn, it actually points toward you having a much more strategic and even jolly time than you might expect.
Okay, strategic and jolly. I like that.
Yeah, this isn't about random holiday parties. It's about making connections that actually serve your future. You might get invitations that are really significant.
So we're looking for quality over quantity.
Totally. The potential is huge here. A friend or maybe a friend of a friend could become a really trusted alliance.
An alliance. Is that professional or
Yeah.
could it be something more?
It could absolutely be romantic, but the foundation has to be that shared purpose, a shared ambition. It's kind of a working holiday week in the best possible way.
I find this so fascinating because it's Capricorn, which is all practical and structured, but it's in the house of higher purpose.
Yeah.
How do those two things even mesh?
That's the beautiful tension of it. It's forcing you to build a practical framework around your non-material dreams.
So finally putting legs on the vision.
Yes, you're finally getting clear on your creative talents, your passions, and building the team to support them. It's fueling this real enthusiasm for 2026.
Okay, but let's talk burnout. If Saturn is already draining us in our own sign, how do we even have the energy for a social boost without just, collapsing?
That's the friction. That is why we have to talk about boundaries. The social engine might not quite ignite at the very start of the week.
Why that?
Because the Sun and Venus, as they move into Capricorn, they immediately make contact with Neptune and Saturn in your sign. And that friction, it's like an energetic filter.
Oh, like a built-in security guard for your spirit.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
You're going to be so much more conscious of the energetic exchange happening if something feels fake or draining.
You'll feel it instantly.
Instantly. The universe is basically saying your connections have to be sincere, based on a real shared interest or true attraction. You have full cosmic permission to just walk away from anything that feels like a debt.
That reframes the whole holiday season. It's a test. Okay, let's track the emotional flow then. The moon's journey.
Right, so Monday, December 22nd, the moon's in that busy 11th house, and it makes a really good opposition to Jupiter, your traditional ruler.
Which is in your 5th house of fun. So that gives a little lift.
It offers some uplift, yeah, a little encouragement to seek out joy, even with that filter we talked about.
And then Christmas Day, the 25th. That feels like a big shift.
It is. The moon starts the day a bit quiet, but later on it arrives in Pisces. So after maybe a quiet or introspective start to the holiday, you should feel more elevated.
More centered.
And then weekend gets super Pisces-y. Oh, totally. Saturday the 27th, the moon is in Pisces all day and it crosses right over Neptune in the morning.
Which means what?
It means your imagination is it's going to expand. The walls of reality might feel a little bit dissolved.
Okay, so that sounds beautiful, but also maybe a little messy.
It's pure creative flow, but this is where the practical advice is key. This is not the day to make big decisions.
Got it. No signing contracts?
No signing contracts,
Yeah.
no sending that life-changing email. It's for watching movies, for self-care, for just letting yourself dream. Lean into the vibe, but keep your wallet tucked away.
Excellent advice. Okay, let's shift gears. There's this deeper energetic thing happening, right? The Jupiter-Chiron dynamic.
Yes, it peaked on the 21st, but it's echoing through the whole week. It's a really deep healing opportunity.
So Jupiter's in the 5th house, which is all fun and romance.
And Chiron, the wound healer, is in your 2nd house of money and self-esteem.
And they're squaring each other. That sounds like a clash. What's the message there?
The message is, well, it's very clear. Money and love do not mix easily at this time.
Oof.
Yeah. You need to be super aware of where you might be, spending money to get validation or to feel worthy in a social setting.
Like overspending on gifts for someone you like or trying to keep up with friends.
Exactly. Confusing someone's status with their actual value to you.
It hits home. So how do we heal that? What's the constructive path through it?
The focus has to be on healthy self-love, on remembering that you, my dear listener, you alone are enough.
You don't need to buy affection.
You don't. The strategy is to approach things with more of a flirtatious attitude. More fun, more curiosity, less transaction. Focus on what brings you joy, and that will lift the insecurity way more than any purchase could.
Shifting from external approval to internal joy. I love that.
Yeah.
And that theme of values leads us right into the quarter moon at the end of the week.
It really does. On the 27th, we have the quarter moon in Aries, right in that 2nd house of values, and it's clashing with that whole cluster in your 11th house of friends.
So it's putting a spotlight right on the friction between your self-worth and your social life.
And the message is just so powerful. Focus on the quality of your friendships, not the quantity.
A necessary holiday edit.
Absolutely. After the transformation you've been through, you just won't want to compromise on your credo, your core beliefs heading into 2026.
So if you're spending your precious energy, it has to be with people who are on the same page.
It must be. If their values don't align with yours, that Saturn-Neptune combo will make sure you feel depleted almost immediately. It's not about judgment. It's about protecting your integrity.
So this week, my honeys, is your energetic litmus test. If it drains you, you have cosmic permission to leave. You have a rare chance to really build momentum for 2026, but only with the right people.
This isn't just a social week, it's a foundation-setting week. Remember, as you shed the skin of the past 2 years, your true worth is measured not by how much you extend yourself, but by the integrity of the people you choose to shine with.
Choose your light wisely. We would love to hear from you all. What aspect of your personal credo are you really focused on protecting this week? Let us know in the comments.
And if you found this illuminating, please share it with any other sensitive souls out there who need this cosmic permission slip for their boundaries.
All right, my beauties, now let's keep that vibrant energy moving to the next deep dive.